My heart goes out to families who have children with special needs or who are dealing with illness. My daughter had leukemia when she was young, and I wish I had known the folks over at Tender Hearts Home Health Care then. They are able to navigate what resources are available to kids through their insurance plans and help your child get their needs met. Today, Heather tells us about some options for kids that have special needs.
This is a Special Tomato soft touch sitter. This one here has a mobile tilt wedge kit. This is for children with cerebral palsy, some type of developmental delays, or even intellectual disabilities. This helps them get positioned in a safe, comfortable way and allows them the ability to have their feet touch the ground, which also allows them to change positions to reduce the pressure they have from sitting a lot during the day in their wheelchair or any other type of seating device they have in the house. But the way this is low to the ground, it allows them to interact a lot if they have younger siblings in the house or be at like coffee table type of height. A lot of the patients can, since they can touch their feet to the ground, are able to push around in one room, and that gives them a great sense of accomplishment as they're getting themselves around.
And I would assume, if you're always in the wheelchair, this takes up a lot less room in the house and a lot less likely to knock things over.
It is. It's very narrow, and even if the patient does not have the ability to, self-propel themselves by pushing a little by their feet, like some patients like to try to do, the parent or possibly sibling can even push them around a little bit here to reposition them, to keep them interacting with whatever is going on in the household and the family, maybe family game night or something like that.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And you have a couple of products over here, and you wanted to talk about the importance of being able to stand. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of medical benefits to standing. There's a lot of complications actually caused by long-term wheelchair use where you're sitting for most of the day or long periods throughout the day. The standers actually facilitate respiration because they allow your lungs to, expand when you're in the upright position rather than, you being in the sitting position. A lot of patients have the tendency to just crunch forward a bit in their wheelchairs. It normalizes bowel function, it increases circulation in your lower extremities, it maximizes weight bearing on your legs. A lot of these patients, it just helps strengthen their legs, and it increases the range of motion in both your ankles and your knees. So even if the patients really don't have the ability at all, even if they're, paralyzed from the waist down, this gives them the ability to have a piece of equipment in the home that can actually help them stand and increase a lot of these functions throughout the day.
And tell me about this one here.
This one here is a giraffe. This is made by the company Snugseat. When you're beginning to put the patient in it, there's a little lever here where you can actually put the patient in it laying down. Because a lot of the patients that, aren't standing on a daily basis, they need to be worked up to actually being in an upright position. So, there's a lot of straps and belts to keep them secured safely. You can adjust this headrest here. This is for trunk support for the upper extremities. This is a hip belt. And then this is for the knees, and they can just slide out. And then you can work the knees to a more straight position. A lot of the patients, may have contractures in their legs or stiff muscles to where they need to be worked out to being in a straight position. So the knees have the ability, to just be adjusted very quickly as they can tolerate a more upright position. And then once you're set, you can just pop it down slowly, as gradually as needed for the patient, and stop it anywhere along the way and just really, maximize some of the health benefits of standing while also increasing their lower extremity weight-bearing abilities.
And we continue our look at some special needs options when we come back. Heather from Tender Hearts Home Health Care and I continue our discussion on what devices can help special needs kids. Take a look.
This one is actually a sit-to-stand model. This is called a Bantam, and this one works a little bit differently. It still, of course, has the tray, but in order to get the patient in this one, you actually start from a sitting position. You can pop the knee rests to the side and sit them down, get them all strapped in. It's the same type of thing as before, where it has the hip belt, the trunk laterals, and the headrest. Get that all situated, and then pop back over the knee supports. And this is very cushiony in here, so their knees can kind of sink into it to where you can work them same as before, just gradually to that straighter position. And then once you're ready in this model, you actually depress it, and then they move to a standing position like this.
Oh, how neat is
rather
that?
than starting from a flat position and then tilting up. It's actually starting from a seated position. So this one actually, could have multiple uses around the house, because it can be used as a, an in-home seating component as well.
And it's easier for the caregiver, I would assume, too, because that just went up so easily.
It does. It does go up so easily, and there's very good handles back here to allow you to maneuver it throughout the house. All the wheels swivel and all of that. So.
And the best thing, too, is these are covered by insurance, right?
They are. We work very hard to make sure all of our items are covered by insurance. Any one of these, we have the ability to get approved by all major insurance companies, Anthem, Medicaid, Southern Health, any of those. And, this is definitely something that would be covered by those. There would not be any out-of-pocket expenses to the patients.
And improve the quality of life in the home.
Exactly, and it carries forward any types of stretching and strengthening activities they're doing in physical therapy to the home as well. That way they're, just strengthening and getting all those benefits carried forward in the home on a daily basis.
And Tender Hearts Home Health Care is on Wigington Road in Lynchburg. If you'd like more information, you can call them at 434-385-4001.